Hello Reformers and welcome back to Pendor. Now, when we left off, we had just taken on a marauding Jatu army and uncovered, or at least I hope I've uncovered, the city of Elacray. Now, obviously, what I want to do is I want to try and find a Qualis gem, or at the very least, gain a huge amount of renown in some way. So, I have returned to nearby the Feardsvein territory, but obviously, as we also saw in the previous episode, we did get a declaration of war against us in the form of the Feardsvein, or I don't even know, was it the Raven's Turn actually that caused that declaration? I don't know, but yeah, what I do know is that we're going to level up a couple of our companions to begin with. As you can see, they all leveled up from the, well, not all of them, but most of them leveled up from the Jatu marauding army fight, and I'd like to get them a little bit more, so I'm just going to level them all up into kind of standard, strong, you know, units in you know, whatever way I can at the moment. And was I actually leveling agility with him right now? I don't think I was leveling agility, so I'm just going to go for some more strength here, and probably a nice idea to go for... he has 5 in tactics. It would be, you know, relatively logical to assume that I should probably go for tactics with him, because obviously that makes it 6, but the main thing with him is that obviously we have, I think, Sir Jocelyn, or I don't know, we have one of the sirs at the moment, and they are, yeah, he's actually much better. So who is it? Yeah, Sir Roland. Sir Jocelyn is our engineer, but Sir Roland has 7 in tactics, so we don't really, I mean, that's the thing. I'd like to level up Sir Roland and get him 8 in tactics if I can, but obviously right now that's probably not possible. So we're just going to level up Deve a little bit more. Deve is actually an extremely good companion. I mean, he starts off with some extremely good proficiencies. He's not obviously as good as the sirs and the knights that you can get, but still pretty reasonable. Anyway, we are obviously the medic, and we don't actually need Anson's engineering any further, so I suppose I'll just level up some of his agility and get him to be a little bit quicker on the battlefield, and obviously get him more weapon proficiency. But as you can see, everything's going quite nicely here. I did manage to find, I think it was 4 adventurers in a tavern, and then I was also able to find a bunch of, what is it, young nobles. Yes, young nobles. So thankfully that has reimbursed our ranks a little bit. So as you can see here, this is gonna be a revenge episode. Yeah, a revenge episode, because we don't usually have many of those, mainly because I forget who our enemies are, but also because I kind of stumbled across them as I was looking for Oswald, because obviously Oswald, he's probably going to be the easiest unique spawn for us to kill, but yeah, it seems like, yeah, I just feel like the peasant revolt army really deserves to die, considering the things that they did to us in the past, and also the fact that I have lured them all the way from over here into this corner, because I didn't want to be disturbed, and hopefully this is going to mean that we'll get a good amount of renown for beating them. So obviously they do have a hero adventurer leading them, which is, it's not really a big deal, to be honest. It's not really a big deal. So here we go, 108 against 618. Now we have a renown value of 40. Alright, we have a renown value of 40 against 387 enemies. I'm actually extremely surprised about that, but we do have 97 of our units on the battlefield. I'm actually really happy about that, because you know how this is. Usually you get extremely outnumbered by, you know, large armies like this, but it seems like the battle size is really paying off for us. And obviously there are a couple of lag spikes here and there, because this is I think this is probably one of the largest battles I've done in Pendor so far, and I probably need, I probably needed to reduce the field size, or not the field size, but the battle size, to be honest, because obviously Pendor has a much higher default battle size than other mods, and as it stands, yeah, my default is, I think, 1.2 battle size, so I get about 180 or so instead of 150. So yeah, usually I do that for a balance of performance and difficulty and all that sort of thing, but it seems like I think the maximum battle size right now is about, I actually don't know, I think it's about 300 and it can't be 300. It literally cannot be 300 because we had 387, but as you can see, yeah, we have the advantage now, don't we? Yes, we have the advantage now. That is what they get. That is what they get. That's all I can say. That is what they get for absolutely humiliating us beforehand. And this is exactly my point. I actually thought beforehand that I'd be able to take them on reasonably easily, but yeah, as it stands, it seemed like I just didn't have the units for it, but obviously the adventurer units and, you know, having all those is obviously going to make things much easier. And I'm not doing anything here, am I? No, I'm not doing anything. Not doing anything because these guys literally slaughter anything. And I can do some stuff, but obviously it's going to take me a bit of time to actually find a target because there are so many units around here. And how many have we lost so far? We've lost 3. Yeah, we've lost 3 and we've killed 367 of them. Oh yes, I think this is quite an easy victory, hilariously enough, but there you go, we've finally achieved a bit of vengeance against the peasants, and it's kind of actually a bit hilarious to be like, oh yes, I have a full army, or not a full army, but a pretty strong army of hero adventurers and maiden adventurers and so on and so forth, and I took on a, you know, band of militia. Yeah, a band of militia. I'm very, very honorable because obviously they're just revolting, you know, not in the disgusting way, but they're revolting as in rebelling against their masters or lords or whoever because, you know, they're unhappy, and I'm kind of, you know, stomping them into the ground. So I guess that's not really, it's not really very good, is it? But I suppose, you know, it's kind of worth it for the renown, you know, reward. I think 40 renown at this point is actually pretty decent. Obviously, I can win some tournaments, and I could just win actually 2 tournaments to get the same amount. But it also does give us a pretty decent amount of experience. Hopefully it's actually going to give us an achievement as well, because obviously Pendor does have those unique achievements for eliminating the bigger armies. So hopefully that's going to be the case. As you can see, there you go. So we have taken out 594. I actually think that my battle size is it? It can't be above 3,000, but I actually saw it in the options before I started here, and it was 3 something. I don't know, it was cut off. It was just 3 something. So, I mean, it couldn't be 3 something because the initial, you know, shall we say, charge of the peasants was 387. So it can't be 387 because obviously I had 97 on the battlefield myself. So, a bit weird. Anyway, so Roland and Sir Jocelyn both killed a huge amount. Lethal Durin killed 13 as well. And I don't think anyone died apart from Maiden Adventurer and a Maiden Cavalry, so I'm pretty happy with that. And now we do get the opportunity to rescue a bunch of people as well. I'm actually not really happy with what we have here. I mean, I would love to see more Maiden units, and I suppose I could take a Jatu Raider. They do level up into some nice things. I'm going to take some Ravenstone Highlanders, because of course. And do they have any Ravenstone Knights or something? They don't seem to. They just have Ravenstone Rogue Knights, and they obviously don't become anything. But, I don't know, I guess I'll take them anyway. Or should I? Because that's the thing. I don't even know. I mean, that's the thing. The Maiden Scouts and the Maiden Warders, we know what they'll become. They'll become really nice things. But the Squire-at-Arms, I'm not particularly bothered about them so much. I'm actually thinking, should I get rid of the Ravenstone Rangers? Because if we're going to be a completely cavalry-based army, it's not really necessary for us to have them, but obviously having them is pretty decent for range. Oh, well, that's a bit difficult, isn't it? No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do that. We're just going to take a couple of prisoners, even though these things are probably not going to sell for anything. So we're just going to leave that. Okay, so shall we let our hero select gear? Yeah, why not? Okay, so really? Okay, you're just going to equip some random arrows. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so large bag of Jatu arrows. Random bag of arrows is better than large bag of Jatu arrows? I don't think that's the case. Is it? Well, apparently it's better. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm just going to take those arrows and just sell them, but I don't really have much space, as you can see, so it's kind of pointless for me to take anything more, and they're not really very expensive anyway. Alright, so our relation with the rebel peasants has deteriorated. Am I going to get an achievement? There is a little bit of a delay in getting achievements in Pendor, so we're just going to move around a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, they do become Ravenstern Knights and so on, so that's pretty nice. We now have a maximum army size of 120, which is actually pretty nice. Now let's see, am I able to get the achievement? As you can see, there are my wages, and many things are under sequestration, because obviously we're at war against those guys. So yeah, 4,000. That's actually one of the lowest weekly wages that we've gotten so far. It's mainly because, I guess, my wages have just spiked up, and they haven't had an opportunity to sort of, you know, rectify how much they're going to pay me. Yes, it's all the fault of the Ravenstern. How terrible of them, yes. Well, never mind. Okay, so I think what we're actually going to do is we probably... do I have enough honor yet? No, I have -1 honor. That is absolutely terrible. Well, I suppose what we could do is we could go into the tavern and speak to a farmer. Where are the farmers? Yeah, that's the thing. There doesn't seem to be any farmers around here, unless the townsmen are technically classified as farmers. I don't think so somehow. But what I'd like to do is try and purge some villages of bandit infestations and, you know, things like that, because obviously that's going to make, you know, that's going to make us a pretty decent amount of honor, so hopefully we're going to be able to do that. But yeah, it's not looking good, actually. It's not looking good, and it doesn't seem that we're actually going to be awarded any achievement for killing the peasant army, which is actually kind of sad. I thought we might get something like +1 to laziness or something, but never mind. I think we're already maxed out on laziness, so I don't really think we need much more. Alright, well, I suppose the only other thing that we can do is maybe to go out into Fyrdsvain territory and actually tackle some Fyrdsvain vassals. Maybe I'll try and help some of our vassals as well, because obviously that's going to mean that we might get some additional... Oh, there we go. We actually did gain some relation with this guy, but yeah, we might be able to get some honor by freeing some of these, you know, some of the Ravenstern vassals. That might be quite nice. Okay, so this guy actually likes us a lot. Look at that. That's actually pretty nice. Maybe I should try and find the claimant as well, because obviously she's going to be around somewhere. I don't actually know where she is at the moment, obviously, but yeah, maybe I should try and do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what we're going to do. Yeah. What I'm going to do is we're going to see what we're going to do. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go into Fyrdsvain territory anyway. I have actually done a sweep of this area because that's where Oswald usually was for me. And wow, there's actually some really big Fyrdsvain parties there, but I don't think I really need to worry about them. There are Lady Valkyries right here, but they are astoundingly neutral to us. So that's pretty nice, even though they are technically part of the Fyrdsvain faction, kind of. Not really, I suppose, because, you know, it's all dependent on their knighthood order. There's the Daughters of Persenor as well. Probably can avoid those, please. Okay, so when we actually left off before the break, we had nothing to do, and well, that's the thing, I am kind of forced into attacking Wolfbode the Slayer. I've tried many villages to, you know, try and purge them of their bandit infestation, haven't found any farmers in the taverns, haven't found any infestations themselves. I could obviously do the Silvermist Ranger, you know, bounty thing, or, you know, killing the grudge people, you know, who they have a grudge against and so on and so forth, could be their champion in a tournament. Could do some tournaments, but obviously, as we know, the tournaments, you know, they're pretty, you know, pretty easy to win for the most part. But yeah, anyway, otherwise, what we really need is a Qualis gem, and I'd very much like to get a Qualis gem. So Wolfbode the Slayer seems to be the only one that is kind of, shall we say, doable in the area. Now, the only other one that I know of is Beartilde the Usurper, and he is all the way down here. Yeah. I don't really want to go all the way down there, so I went all the way here, went around here, I looked for Oswald. He's nowhere. He's nowhere to be seen, so I would assume that he's either... Oh, wait a minute, yeah, I can actually look at the victory progress, because then you can actually take a look and see. So, yeah, these are the people that we currently have spawned in, in the game. Cure to the Ravager. The Cure to the Ravager might actually be something that we could actually deal with, because as far as I'm aware, they don't really have a very big army, or at the very least they get attacked quite often by Noldor and by Sarlian vassals, so maybe it would be an idea to attack that, but Wolfbode is right here. Wolfbode? Yeah, Wolfbode. That's his name now. Alright, so yeah, anyway, as we can see here, he has 745 and huge amounts of... Oh my, I don't even know what... Should I do this? Yeah, okay, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. And we're gonna see if we can come away with the victory. This is... I don't actually think this is looking very good. The renown value is 83 for this battle, but I highly doubt we'll be able to pull this off because it is... Well, it's Wolfbode, and he has some really, really good units. So if we don't pull this off, then that's absolutely fine. We can just go and retreat a little bit, and then we can try and find Q the Ravager for the next episode or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to need to do a little bit of, you know, hokey pokey here and try and get some of them to attack me instead. It seems like they are maybe attacking some of us. Yep, there we go. They are attacking some of us at the moment, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Is it? I don't know whether it's absolutely fine. It might be pretty bad. If I could actually do some damage, that would be nice. I don't want to get stuck, though, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, getting stuck is a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like this might be a bit more than we can chew, actually, which is a real shame. Yeah, it is a bit more than we can chew, as you can see. I mean, look at that. That's... Well, at least we know. At least we know now. Obviously, I do know that Wolfbode is very, very powerful, but I thought, maybe seeing as we killed the peasant army, we might actually have a chance. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So we're going to have to leave that for now. And how many did we actually lose? Oh, we only lost 11. That's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. So, yeah. How many did we even kill there? Did they have 740? I didn't even look at the stats, actually. I was just wanting to get away from them as quickly as possible. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try and find Q the Ravager for the next episode. Thank you, Lethal. No, come on. Don't talk to me about casualties. Ah, well. Anyway, we are going to try and find Q the Ravager for the next episode. Also, probably going to try and get some more honor. I might try to free some Ravenstone vassals, because I actually did see a couple of them, you know, get taken prisoner by the Fyrdsvain, so that might be a good way to get some honor too. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.